Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where we share with you the most amazing true human stories. Today's story is going to shock you because you will never guess how this woman found out her husband was cheating on her. Her pain is unbearable. Let's get into it. My perfect marriage turned into a nightmare when I discovered my husband was lying to me for years. He never told me about his first wife and the fact that he had children with her. After taking a DNA test, everything changed. Now I feel like an idiot. I don't know what to do. I'm a 35-year-old woman and I have been married to my darling husband for 8 years. We met online. He was working abroad at the time, and while it was difficult being apart, the moment we saw each other, it was love at first sight. Our bond was unbreakable. It felt like we had known each other for years. We exchanged vows in a beautiful ceremony and began building our lives together. A year later, we were blessed with our first child, a baby boy, and then our second child, a beautiful baby girl. We were overjoyed and grateful to be raising a family. Our home was filled with laughter, joy, and endless love. One day, I was browsing through ancestry websites and came across a DNA testing kit. Thinking it would be a fun way to learn more about my roots, I ordered one as a joke. Little did I know that this seemingly innocent decision would turn my world upside down. The day the results came back, I couldn't believe my eyes. The DNA test revealed that my husband was not the biological father of either of our children. My heart sank. I felt as though the ground beneath me had crumbled, leaving me in a state of shock and disbelief. The man I loved, the person I had shared my life with for so many years, had deceived me. My mind raced, trying to comprehend what this meant. I struggled to come to terms with the fact that I had raised children who were biologically related to my husband. The pain was unbearable. I felt betrayed, angry, and completely lost. I remember staring at the DNA test results over and over again, hoping that somehow they would change. But as the harsh reality set in, I knew I needed to confront my husband. I wanted answers. I needed to understand how this could happen and why he had kept this secret from me for all this time. I still remember the day I confronted my husband with the DNA test results. The pain, the betrayal, the anger, the tears. Why didn't he tell me? Why did he hide this from me? These questions echoed in my mind as I looked at him, searching for an explanation. He was in shock when he saw the results. He tried to deny it, to brush it off as a mistake, but I wasn't having it. I demanded answers and he broke down. It was the most heartbreaking thing I have ever experienced. He admitted that he had been lying to me. He confessed that he had a wife before me, and that he had children with her. The pain of his confession was unbearable. It felt like a knife twisting in my heart. But I couldn't help but ask the question that was burning inside of me. Why? Why did he do this to me? Why did he keep this secret for all these years? His response shattered me even further. He told me that he was scared of losing me, that he had made a mistake years ago and had carried the guilt of his actions for all this time. He said he didn't know what to do, so he had buried the truth, hoping that one day I would understand. But his explanation did not bring me any comfort. As I listened to him, tears streamed down my face. I felt betrayed, hurt, and utterly confused. How could he have done this to me? How could he have lied to me for so long? I had trusted him with my heart and soul, and he had betrayed me in the worst way possible. I still remember the look in his eyes, the remorse, the regret, the pleading. But no matter how much he begged for forgiveness, I couldn't bring myself to trust him again. The damage was done. I packed my things, leaving behind the life that I had once cherished. The house that had echoed with laughter and joy now felt empty and hollow. The thought of moving on seemed impossible. How could I go on after this? How could I ever trust anyone again? I reached out to my friends and family for support. They were shocked and saddened to hear what had happened, but their love and support helped me to keep going. As weeks turned into months, I slowly began to heal. I sought therapy to help me process the trauma of what I had endured. With the help of a therapist, I started to understand that I deserved better than the lies and deceit that my husband had thrown my way. Every night I cried myself to sleep, questioning why this had happened to me. Days turned into weeks, and the pain in my heart didn't seem to fade. I missed my husband, but not the person he had become. I missed the man I had married, the man I had loved with all my heart. But he was gone, and there was nothing I could do to bring him back. The thought of divorce crossed my mind, but it terrified me. What would people say? How would I raise my children alone? The fear of being alone was overwhelming. However, as time passed, I realized that staying in a loveless and deceitful marriage was not the answer. I had to prioritize the well-being of myself and my children. Now, every night I lie in bed with tears streaming down my face. I try to understand why my husband did what he did. Did he not love me? Was I not enough for him? Why did he choose to deceive me in such a cruel way? My friends and family have been incredibly supportive, but their hugs and words of comfort can only do so much. There are moments when the pain is unbearable, and I feel like giving up. But I know I can't do that. Not only for myself, but also for my children. I have started therapy to help me cope with the emotional turmoil I am experiencing. Talking to a therapist has given me a safe space to express my feelings and work through the trauma of this betrayal. But it's not easy. The pain is still there. As I write this, I am still torn. Do I forgive my husband, or do I walk away from him forever? I am struggling with the decision, and it feels like an impossible choice. Looking back, I wish I had known then what I know now. Maybe I would have made different decisions. Maybe I would have seen the red flags that were there all along. But hindsight is always 20/20ths. Right now, my priority is my children and my own well-being. Their happiness and health depend on me. So I am doing my best to move forward, to heal, and to create a bright future for them. Looking back, I see red flags everywhere. Moments that, if I had paid attention, could have saved me from this pain. It's hard to believe that I was so blinded by love that I couldn't see what was right in front of me. In retrospect, there were signs that I should have noticed. My husband was often distant, coming home late from work without calling. Sometimes his phone would be turned off, and when I asked about it, he would change the subject, looking uncomfortable. I remember times when he would receive calls or messages, and he would step outside to talk, his voice low and secretive. I tried not to read too much into it, convincing myself that it was just work-related. But now, I wonder if those calls were with the woman he had been seeing. There were also strange occurrences in our bedroom. Intimates became a rare occurrence between us. He would often say he was tired or needed rest, but I knew that wasn't the whole truth. Despite the physical distance between us, I still loved him. I wanted to make things work, so I tried to ignore the red flags, hoping that things would eventually get better. But as time went on, the distance grew, and the cracks in our relationship widened. Now, as I sit here writing this, the pain is still fresh. It's as if my entire world has been turned upside down. The thought of sharing my life and raising children with someone who has been dishonest and deceptive is unbearable. But life must go on. I have responsibilities and commitments, and I owe it to myself and my children to move forward. I have to be strong for them, not just for my sake, but for theirs as well. I am still figuring it all out. Each day is a struggle, a battle between moving on and holding on to the past, but I know I can't stay stuck in this pain forever. I have to find a way to heal and to build a future that brings me and my children happiness. Maybe someday the pain will subside, and I will look back at this time as a chapter that shaped me, made me stronger and more resilient. But for now, I am taking things one day at a time. Please help me. I am lost and don't know what to do. My heart is shattered. I cry myself to sleep every night. The pain is unbearable. Please help. If you were in my place, what would you do? What would you do in this situation? I need your help. Please tell me in the comments what you think I should do. Thank you for listening to my story. If you want to hear more real stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Your support means a lot to us.